Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Pratul, and this is Yuvaa Education. It's the show where we talk to prominent queer artists, activists, icons, and allies over a session of freestyle color therapy. And today we're joined by a very special guest. He is a singer, entertainer, Mr. Gay World India, a reality TV personality, and if you caught none of that, then we're in the presence of a literal queen. Please welcome Sushant Divgikr, aka Rani KoHEnur.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Are you ready to spread the education to the children?
Absolutely.
All right, so brushes up and let's get into it. So to start off, what I would love to understand from you is you are somebody who, just by the virtue of the fact that you've been represented in mainstream media, power of television, and what you've done with that is that you've been your authentic self all across. Why is it so important for you to spread the message of being your authentic self at all times?
I don't aim to be different. But in the process, if I am different, I'll own it. I figured I won't do it any other way anyways. Everybody has something that they need to kind of introspect and find within themselves. So I think I was lucky enough to realize a very early age, also because I came out early in life. So came out when I was 18. So
if you want to just tell us a little bit about what your coming out experience has been, and of course I've read a little bit about it, and I think it's been fantastic the way you've been able to sort of have your family and everyone, your support system around you in this whole journey.
I had actually told my brother first, and he, I think, went and told my dad. He attends gay parties. Did you know that? And my dad is like, yeah, so you mind your own business. But I actually didn't come out of the closet to my parents. I was literally escorted out of the closet by my dad. And my dad asked me one evening, are you gay? And I said, yes. And he was like, okay, I just wanted to know from you, because I heard from your brother. And it doesn't matter to me. You should just know that you're not my straight child or my gay child. You're my child. And that was very emotional for me. And then when I went to my mother, I thought there would be some drama, no? Because looking at me, there should be some drama in my coming out story. So I went to my mother, and then my mother was just like watching some serial on the soap on TV. And she's like, just get out of the way. This girl is going to poison this girl. I can't stand her. And I'm just like, this is a life-changing experience for me. Can we have a moment? And she's like in the commercial. So I had 1.5 minutes to tell her. And so she was like, and if this is about you being gay, I already know. So I'm just like, I literally didn't say anything. It was that easy. And she just said that you have to take care of yourself. But the same rules apply. No boys allowed in your room. Can't get girls, you can't get boys. So that was literally it.
That's a dream sort of a coming out story for at least kids growing up in India who don't really see that as an option.
Kids growing up anywhere. It's tough being a child anywhere. Of course, we have to condition our people to sort of be more human, basically, regardless of, whether you're gay.
You yourself are somebody, who's not just is a drag performer, but you're also somebody who's actively been very vocal about that, how drag has been a very, very important part of our culture. Okay, so if you just want to enlighten the world and maybe me, how is drag so important and relevant to our culture? How has it been, and how were you introduced to it?
We have to understand that we've got such a rich culture of men performing as women, women performing as men, or, performing as both. We've had gods that have performed as both genders. And we call it drag now. Earlier didn't have a name. So, in India, you have a lot of references in folk, which is why my drag name was, my stage name was Rani. So that everybody can say it. And then I added koHEnoor to it because, again, it's the most precious diamond in the world. And also koHEnoor has an H-E in capital, in bold, to kind of, stress on the fact that I'm a man, but I identify as a male and I perform as a woman.
This is not something that's a conventional career choice for a lot of us.
Yeah.
What was, just telling yourself about that, okay, this is something that I want to do and I want to make a living out of it, and this is where I feel most in my element. What was that like?
I was always performing. So for me, I think it was easier. I was not stressed about it. I don't know whether everybody else was ready for it. But I was, so
And do you think what helped is because you had such a good support system around you?
Yeah.
Was that
My parents come for each and every one of my gigs. Whether I perform with the band or if I'm if I'm doing something as Rani or whatever, they're always there. They're like at least one of them.
And do you think Rani has helped you with some of your stage presence? Because I think you've mentioned in your couple of interviews, a lot of things that you could do as Rani on stage are not things that you could do as Sushant.
Yeah.
Since there are so many misconceptions about what exactly is drag, and I'm sure you get a lot of these silly, strange questions, but there's a very beautiful concept within the drag community, the concept of chosen families. What exactly is a drag house concept, and where does that come from?
So basically, a drag house is, when a senior queen, who's been on stage or who's a seamstress or knows how to do her makeup and sort of helps the younger queens who are starting off. It's like a mentor, sort of like a student and a mentor sort of a thing. As a drag mother, a lot of people take it upon themselves to sort of train the younger queens and help them, mentor them and stuff.
Yeah. But a little known fact that not a lot of people would know about Sushant is that Rani KoHEnur is a drag mother herself.
The thing is that, of course, like a lot of people call me mama, right? There are people who are older than me that call me mama. And in the community, basically. So whether they're gay or they're drag queens or they're transgender or they're lesbians or they're queer, basically, they just call me mama. I think it's out of the fact that they respect, the fact that they know that if anything, if they ever need me and something bad happens to them, I'll be there.
Mama's got you.
Yeah.
Sushant, it won't be much of a talk show if we don't, pry a little bit and get to know about your pop culture favorites and your guilty pleasures. But in a lightning round format, don't want to give you too much time to think.
Okay.
We're going to ask you some quick questions and you have to be super, super instant. We call this being curious.
Oh, I love it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think.
Okay. All right, being curious. Ready? Okay. What's your favorite coming of age movie or book?
Series, Pose.
Ooh, lovely. Who was the first queer person you saw in mainstream media?
First, I think maybe Elton John.
One drag queen everyone must follow except you.
RuPaul.
Oh, of course. A favorite drag queen on Drag Race?
Nina West. Magic.
Lovely. Magic. Funniest thing someone asked you when you told them that you do drag?
How come we can't see what's down there? I was like, you're looking, you should come on the back and see it. It's taped to the back of my bum. It's called tucking.
What's the one piece of advice you would give your younger self?
Go get a haircut. I had a bloody bush on TV. It was crazy. Yeah.
Okay, instantly react to the following. Instagram thirst traps.
I'm not against it.
Of course. What would you be?
It depends on who's setting the trap.
Glitter beards.
Okay.
Okay, makeup for men.
Of course, please. Why should girls all do all the bloody hard work?
A song that could be a soundtrack to your life.
Listen by Beyonce.
Oh my god.
What a beautiful song.
I'm not even kidding. Me and my boyfriend was just listening to this like 2 days ago.
Oh.
Jamming out loud. Love. Listen. I love that movie, Dreamgirls.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
I love it.
Beautiful. And last question for you. What is your takya kalam?
I think I use a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like
you
Rani
know.
KoHEnur.
Yeah.
Amazing. That brings us to the end of Being Curious. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right, Sushant, brushes down. It's time to reveal the art that we've been working on so fabulously. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, on the count of 3, to your camera and my camera. 3, 2, 1. Reveal! Oh my god. Okay, do you want to please explain what your art is about?
That's you in drag. Giving you some glitter.
I'm so excited. Lovely. Beautiful. And for my painting today, here's a little crown for Rani KoHEnur. And I didn't know what the shape of a KoHEnur diamond is, so I made it in a heart shape and it's pink.
But Rani is the queen of hearts.
Rani is the queen of hearts, absolutely. So that's that. And I'm going to keep this down.
Thanks for making me actually paint. I should get back to
It's therapeutic. We call it color therapy.
It's therapeutic for you, not for your guests, because we have to. I'm like listening, and I'm just like, oh, what did you say? 1 second, just give me a minute.
Well, we're at the end of this week's lesson in education. Thank you so much for coming and joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
But before we can let you go, because you've been so nice and kind to us, we have 3 cameras and you. Any shameless plug, public service announcement, whatever you want to say, the floor is all yours. Please take it away.
No time to hate, and there is no space and place for hate. I think you do your best and try and not spread and spew venom and all of these negative emotions. I think you just let people be, and just be the best version of yourself. Celebrate yourself every day, and just go and get what you want to get, man.
Well, this is it for this week, everybody. Thank you so much for joining Yuvaa Education.
You must follow via Yuvaa on all their social media platforms. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, they're there everywhere. And of course, how can we forget Facebook? So please, please, please follow us. And then you have to watch this episode. I have had a blast. Thank you.